Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us. We have a full house, which is wonderful. My name is Lucy Byrne. I'm the Managing Director of Dot Art, and I would like to welcome you all to the primary prize giving for the Dot Art Schools Exhibition 2022 in the iconic Liver building. I would also like to welcome those of you who are joining us on our live stream today. A particular welcome to the Right Worshipful Lord Mayor of Liverpool, Councillor Roy Gladden, our guest judges, Duane, Chong and Susan Coles, and all the talented children and young people whose work we are celebrating today. So what are we here for? Dot Art Schools is an annual online inter-school art competition for Year 5 and Year 9, culminating in an exhibition. This is the 10th year of our programme, and we are absolutely delighted to be celebrating this landmark birthday with you, especially as we've not been able to hold this event in person for 2 years for obvious reasons. We've now worked with over 9,000 children and young people since we began in 2012. And in this, our birthday year, an amazing 80 schools from across the Liverpool City region have taken part. Over 1,200 works were submitted online. And in March, our expert shortlisting panel picked the top 3 works from each school, which you can see behind me in the slideshow. A public vote then took place throughout April to select the top piece from each school, which has been included in the exhibition, which we'll see downstairs afterwards. So before I explain to you what will happen this afternoon, I would like to show you a very short film, which we hope will demonstrate the impact the Dot Art Schools has.
So this is our second year in the Faculty of Education working with the Dot Art team. It's a project that's both exciting, innovative, and allows schools to publicise and to show the art that their children and young people are creating. So we get involved in a lot of partnerships through the Faculty of Education. For us, it's about supporting the development of schools in a range of different ways. We are in a fortunate position to have a range of resources, to have a range of opportunities for our students, and we want to be able to extend those to partners.
Dot Art Schools is an annual inter-schools art competition which is open to schools across Liverpool City region and near neighbours. It's specifically for Year 5s and Year 9s to showcase and celebrate their artwork. The idea behind it is also to encourage young people to understand creative career pathways, or at least get a taster of that, and to boost their confidence and their resilience, and also give them a chance to express themselves and enjoy that.
Dot Art Schools came from a local secondary school who approached us asking if we could champion and support, showcase the work of local students in a similar way that we were supporting local artists. From there, it's developed into an amazing programme that has so far worked with and engaged over 9,000 students and works with around 100 schools every year across the Liverpool City region.
I like to express myself in different ways, and this is probably my favourite way to do it. It always feels very nice to sit down and just draw what's on my mind. It takes a lot of my brain because I think about a lot of stuff. It inspired me to do more drawings and paintings, any form of art.
I learned that when I'm drawing, you can do your own thing. You don't have to do what everyone tells you to draw. You can make your own imagination.
But when we come to the point where we're planning the prize giving and the annual exhibition, that's when things get really exciting and fun. When I actually get to meet the young people who submitted the work, who are the winners and runners-up and shortlisted children, there's nothing like that moment in my whole year. When we walk in the gallery and we see them arriving with their families and their teachers, and the look of excitement and just pure pride on their face is brilliant. That's why I do the job, frankly, for that moment.
I think it's important for the children to be involved in something that's not just school-based. So I think they're all really eager to join in. I think being involved in an organisation with Dot Art is important because I think they can see naturally that as an artist, if it's your job, then your artwork is displayed and exhibited for other people to see, and I don't think children always relate that from what they learn as their experience in school. So I think Dot Art provides that for them.
Yeah, my piece was called a mosaic garden, and yeah, I really wanted to bring like bold, bright colours in because it was a very miserable time. People weren't feeling the best, but when I was doing my piece of artwork, I felt like very uplifted, motivated, determined. With all the bright colours, it just made me feel a lot better in that hard time.
If it makes me feel proud because I can sort of do what I want with it and nobody really mocks it or anything. Yeah, because they can express themselves in it, they can express their moods, and it sort of can make them feel a bit happier.
We feel the arts are very important as they're a big motivator for a lot of our pupils. And art itself can be a vehicle for learning, in that while they're actually enjoying the art, they'll be learning communication skills, problem-solving skills, and hopefully develop skills and strategies that will help them when they leave here to be successful adults with autism.
Absolutely recommend Dot Art for other schools. I think it's something that helps staff focus their teaching of art, helps pupils. Yeah, I think it's a massively positive thing for the city.
So, what happens now? In a minute, I'll be handing over to Dot Art School's project manager, Carolyn Murray, who will begin the presentation of certificates to all shortlisted artists. We will then be hearing from Duane Chong of Grow Wellbeing about our optional theme for this year, protecting our environment, and hear who he has chosen as the prize winners in this category. We will then hand over to Susan Coles to introduce herself and announce the overall winners and runners-up. We'll then hear from Dr. Helen O'Keefe, Associate Dean of Edge Hill University, our fantastic project partners who make Dot Art Schools possible. And then finally, we'll make our way downstairs to see the exhibition and have some group photos. So we're now going to move on to certificate presentations, and I'm handing over to Carolyn.
Hi, it's lovely that you've all made it today. It's wonderful to see so many people here in person after what we've been through for the last few years. This is great. So, before I start, I'll just apologise in advance. If I say your name wrong or pronounce it wrong, I'm very sorry. Okay? Just so you know. Can you hear me? So, Asmore Primary School, when I call your names out, if first, second and thirds are here, please come to the front, over to this side, and we'll present you with your certificates. So, Asmore Primary School, Caitlin Woodward, Lily Wilson, Evie Grace Nunes. Come on down. Orton Christchurch, C.V. Primary School. There you go. Please come down. Bellevale Primary School. Amelia Parr, Indiana Tierney, and Sam Taylor. Okay. Blackmore Park Junior School. Blackmore Park Juniors, Cleo James, Libby Higgins, Susan Wong. Bridgemere C.V. Primary School, Roman Waring, Claudia Vero, and Cody Davis. Anyone here from Bridgemere? No? Okay. Moving on. Broad Square Primary School, Mia Jury, Jacob Jeffries, and Emma Danker. Yes? No? Chilwell Valley Primary School, Isaac Creighton, Macy Monaghan, and Inya Montgomery. No. Croxteth Community Primary School. Anybody here from Croxteth Primary School? Isabel Dwyer, Taylor Smart, and Harley Quinn. Love that name. Delamere Academy, Finley G, Beatrice, and Annie S. No. I know these guys are here. Dovedale Primary School. Ella Fisher, Jimmy Harvey, and Rabia Anjum. Yeah. Eves Primary School, Benjamin C, Jessica B, and Alfie C. Anyone from Eves Primary? No. Hay Green Primary School, Melina Koshi, Rashid Hadar, Yashmi Amaratunga. Hay Green? No. Hillside Primary, M. McGrath, F. Sutton, and O. Saunders. No, no one from there. Holy Rosary Catholic Primary School, says Zara D. Francesca Cantonio, Lily Munnelly, and Ruby Street. Hope School, Anthony P, Scarlett R, and Keaton K. Hungerford Primary Academy, yes. Grace Thorley, Alex Apalagi, and Julia Pieta. Knotty Ash Primary School, Emma Scurry, Maximus Downs, and Eleanor Leo. Our parent photos. So many of them, isn't it? Mab Lane Primary School, Louis Murphy, Soren Ball, and Nina Chen. Mab Lane. Monkstown Primary School, Analia Suvajano, Caroline Spoge, and Christina Chen. Monkstown. Norwood Primary School, Letitia Veloso, Zach Waring, and Bethany Wright. Our Lady Immaculate Primary School, Sherry, Elia, and Vienna. Our Lady Bishop Eaton Catholic Primary, Lottie, Sophie S, and Thea. Yeah, yes, yeah. Peterhouse School, Sam Borland and B. Ainsworth. Pinehurst Primary School, Heidi Boardman, Heidi Gower, and Alicia Malek. Ramworth Square Primary School, Lucy, Poya, and Aminata. Roby Park Primary School, Leighton Mooney McDermott, Riley Williams, and Daniel. St. Pascal Baylon Catholic Primary School, Liam Murray, Isabel Christian, and Shay Hannah. Smithdown Primary School, Lima Al-Zubi, Basina Mohammed Saleh, and Noor Khalaf. St. Bede's Catholic Junior School, Samaya Asri Anam, Ava Kane, and Isla Bashford. I think that's the name. St. Bernard's RC Primary School, Jacob McGinn, Zafia Holtz, and Millie Morris. St. Cuthbert's Catholic Primary School, Sophia Guma Ibiang, Fatimit Singh, and Jamie Beattie. St. Edward's Catholic Primary School, Bobby Baisley, Joseph Stewart, and Luna Dorgan. No. St. Francis de Sale Catholic Junior School, Molly McCarthy Atkinson, Riley Metcalf, and Hallie Roberts. St. Matthew's Catholic Primary School, Paige Breen, Marcus Chidua, and Ruby Sambor. St. Matthew's C of E Primary School, Nathan, Holly, and Alex. St. Michael and All Angels Primary School, Isaac Drury, Radley Hyam, and Callum Sutherland. St. Sebastian's Catholic Primary School, Charlotte Simon, Eva Fawcett, and Julia Lazareca. St. Teresa's RC Primary School, Scarlett Molyneux, Adam Tatlock, and Yasmin Dobson. St Thomas Church of England Primary School, Anne H, Lucia R, and Robin H. Stockton Wood Primary School, Lee Tyra, Madison Fowler, and Mia Rowan. And last but not least, the Trinity Roman Catholic Primary School, Job O'Morley, Lois Jones, and Kyle Rutledge. Well done to everybody. We're now going to hand over to our guest judge, Duane Chong, to introduce himself and announce the Protecting Our Environment theme winners and runners-up. Over to you, Duane.
Hello, I'm Duane Chong from Grow Wellbeing, which is oh really? Okay. Which is a community enterprise based on the Wirral, which provides nature-connected activities such as forest school, community gardening, and nature wellbeing to the public, to communities, and to schools across the area. Really? Okay, sorry. Shall I repeat that? No? Okay, okay. We're delighted to be involved in the Dot Art Schools competition this year, and we believe it's really important that children, young children and older children are aware of the climate crisis, climate emergency that that we're all facing, and the Protecting the Environment artworks are a good illustration of the commitment and understanding that the children have expressed. So we're really pleased to have judged those, and the quality of the works was really good this year. And I'm happy now to announce the winners. And the highly commended entry called Save Our Whales. And the winner is Ollie E. from the Delamere Academy. The second highly commended is The Helpful Cat, which is a wonderfully amusing entry from Isaac Creighton from Chilwell Valley Primary School. The runner-up in this category is Nathan from St Matthew's CE Primary School with Save the Planet 20.
Sorry if we weren't clear. If we read your name, come up.
And the winner is Roman Waring from Bridgemere CE Primary School. It's Save Our Polar Bears. And you can see all of these in the exhibition on the ground floor. Thanks very much, Lucy.
Thanks very much, Duane. And we will post the prizes out, don't worry, to people who aren't here. I'm going to pass back to Carolyn.
Thank you, Duane. That's wonderful. I'm sorry that the other children weren't here to get their prizes, but we'll make sure they do. So I'm now pleased to hand over to our guest judge for the whole competition, Susan Coles, who will introduce herself announce the overall winners and runners-up for 2022. Over to you.
I'll try and remember to use the microphone. Okay. I'm allowed every time I am the judge to make a small speech, and I'll try not to make it boring. Okay. I would like to say just welcome back everybody, because I think we've been in a wilderness which was called a pandemic. And I'd like to say well done to Dot Art as well, because throughout this, they've kept this going. They've employed new ways of working, you know, virtual galleries, other initiatives, and young people and parents and teachers, despite what everybody thinks, schools never actually closed, did they? They remained open for people to attend physically, while others did home learning, and teachers had as many arms as an octopus juggling everything that they had to do. So I would like everybody to join their hands together to say thank you to teachers everywhere. Because their resilience has been amazing. Now, post-pandemic, we've had a lot of research that shows that the subjects most affected by the pandemic and home learning have been the arts, because practical opportunities remained limited in schools. You know, you had these little bubbles where you couldn't even share a pencil with somebody. People at home didn't have the space sometimes or the materials to work with. Schools that I work with, because I am an independent art consultant and art activist, they tell me that people have now come back and that they have lost a sense of touch, right? You need to think very carefully about this, because the government, I don't want to get too political today, but the government seem to think that catching up is going to be numeracy and literacy. And that is the only tutoring that the Department for Education seem interested in. But you know what we need to do, everybody? We need to start using our hands again. We really do. We have spent 2.5 years being told not to touch objects, our faces, our hands go no other people. We've become a nation who just use one finger and we prod a tablet and a phone. And in 200 years' time, we might have evolved into something that just has that middle finger, which worries me. So art is incredibly important because it gives young people in this room the voice to express their emotions, the platform to share their stories and observation of these really peculiar times, and they are peculiar times. So I know this sounds strange, everybody, because you've all been using your hands, you've been clapping. I want you to think about your hands, actually, and I want you at some point now just to put two hands together in any way that you want. You might use one hand to hold another hand. Go on, do it. It won't hurt you. You might stroke and explore the other one. You might feel the texture, the skin, the shape, the strength. When you put those two hands together, that is an incredible gift. And that gift of touch, the haptic sense, is what made humans what they are today. Because from a very, very early time in our history, we used our hands to make our mark, to create art, to tell stories, to make objects, and to evolve into what we are now. We used a visual language way, way before we had words and before we had writing. Now, touch, that sense of touch, is really powerful. It's non-verbal communication. It's how animals and people communicate and interact, and it comes from a Greek word, haptikos. And think about babies. What babies do in the womb, they start to use a sense of touch, but on birth, it's reaching out all the time, touching objects, feeling things, holding things, skin to skin contact, exploration, communication. So I want you to think about what you do in art, okay? Here's a long list of words. You rip and you tear and you cut and you carve and you press and you layer and you collage and you paint and you mold and you push and you squeeze and you brush and you sew and you stitch and you knit and you sketch and you draw and you feel and you press and you fold and you sculpt and you twist and you bend and you stick and you weave and you construct and you pin and you hold and you feel and you understand shape and you understand 3 dimensions, and you must do all of these things. And what we need to do now in our schools is to value the arts as much as we value everything else that children learn. Set your hands free today. Today is a celebration not just of art, but of these young artists who have used that ability to explore and use materials. And as this pandemic fades away, and let's hope that it does, it's left us a bit scarred. It's left us quite damaged. And there is an American author called Toni Morrison, and she said, this is precisely the time when the artist goes to work, because they will shine a light in the darkness. Really, really important. And even though we live in a fractured world, a broken world, don't lament the break, because there is a very famous wise man, I don't know who he was, but he wasn't Boris Johnson, and he said, nothing new would be built if things were never broken. So everybody here today is a winner, because you've got your art on display here in this amazing building, and you remember that for the rest of your life. Wow, I wish I'd done that. So we're now going to look at our chosen final winners of the winners. And I have criteria for that: creativity, originality, visual impact, and message. So we're going to look at the runners-up, and then we're going to look at the overall winner. We are now going to see one of our runners-up, and it is called The Sleeping Cat by Charlotte Simon from St. Sebastian Primary School. And if you look very closely when you see it downstairs, there's a tiny, tiny cat hiding up in the corner, surrounded by shapes and patterns and little sparkling lights. It's really, really beautiful. And carrying on with the kind of eco theme, our second runner-up is protecting our environment from, I've got to pronounce this properly, Zaira de Francis Cantonillo. I hope that's as good as I can get. Holy Rosary Primary School. And when you see this downstairs, look at it closely. It's about what's going to happen to the world if we don't look after it. And now I'd like to announce our overall winner, who has created a piece of art which sums up most of what I've been saying about today, about the pressures of being back at school after lockdown. And it's a wonderful piece of art. It's called School Day. It's by Cllr James from Blackmore Park Junior School.
And do we actually have a teacher here from Blackmore Park Junior School at all? No, we don't. Okay, well, we have a prize for the school as well. So we'll post that out as well.
Thank you, Susan.
My own advice there, and turn the microphone off. Thank you so much, and well done, everyone. That was absolutely incredible. Congratulations again to all our winners. Now, the next thing we're going to do is everyone who has just been up here, so the 3 overall winners and all the green winners, we need you to go outside with Carolyn right now to go and have your photos taken. So if you can all please, I think the 7 of you, all please go out now with Carolyn and our photographer, Jasmine, and you'll have some photos taken with your artworks. tired now. Thank you. And thank you very much to the Lord Mayor for presenting all our certificates. So we'll be following all our winners down in a minute, don't worry. So now I'm going to hand over to Dr. Helen O'Keefe, the Associate Dean of Edge Hill University. If everyone else could please stay in the room for a minute. We just need the children for the photographs. We need everyone to stay here for a little minute longer. Thank you.
Thanks, Lucy. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Helen O'Keefe, and I'm the Associate Dean in the Faculty of Education at Edge Hill University, and we're very proud and very honoured to be the Art Schools sponsors again this year. This has been another challenging school year, which has once again seen our children and our young people impacted by the effects of the pandemic. It's been an absolute privilege to work with Lucy, Carolyn, and the team to support the successful running of the award this year. And I'm even more delighted that we're actually here in person to celebrate the incredible artists in our schools and to recognise 10 amazing years. Can we just have a round of applause for 10 years of this programme? That's a big achievement, putting something like this on every year, so well done. The talent I've seen displayed in every piece of work submitted has been absolutely breathtaking. And I've got to see not just these, but some of the others that aren't here today, and they really are incredible. The care and thought that's gone into this work is clear to see, and you should all be really, really proud of yourselves. Can we just have a big round of applause for everybody here today? The optional theme this year has been protecting our environment, and some of the work on display today and submitted to the competition shows how passionately our children and our young people feel about the world that we live in, and demonstrates to each of us why it's so important that we stand up for our world and for its future. All the artwork on display today and submitted throughout the competition shows just how important art and the arts are. It gives us space to express ourselves and have our voices heard. It brings together people and ideas and supports us to connect and to understand the world that we all live in. Research tells us that making and looking at art has long-term effects on boosting our brain function. I do a lot of looking at art. It isn't working yet, but I am hoping eventually it will help my brain to function better. And our immune systems, as well as contributing positively to our mental health and our emotional well-being. Art helps us to express our feelings and work through experiences. And I hope that everyone who has submitted work to the competition has benefited from some of those things. Today we are being filmed, so you'll be able to see at the back. Today we are being filmed by our media team from Edge Hill University. This is one of the many ways we as a university support and develop the creativity of all of our students. Many go on to work in studies like film, media, or television. And we are committed to developing the skills and talents of everyone who studies anywhere, as well as at Edge Hill. And I can see that each of you today have the potential to go on and achieve absolutely amazing things, given the creativity and your artworks on display here at the Royal Liver Building. Congratulations to you all, and thank you, Lucy.
Thank you so much, Helen. Thank you very much. Now, a few quick thank yous from me. Don't worry, I'll rush through them. Firstly, thank you very much to our project partners, Edge Hill University, who have not only supported us all year round, but today filmed and live streamed our event, as Helen just mentioned, to make it even more accessible and ensure that everyone who couldn't fit in the room today can watch it online or afterwards. To CBRE Liverpool and Relish for allowing us to use these wonderful spaces for this event and for the exhibition downstairs. Service Graphics providing all our lovely print materials and your shiny certificates. Our Art Schools champions for their generosity in helping to make the programme happen. CASART, MakeBank, Farm Urban, Grow Wellbeing, The Reader and Edge Hill University for donating prizes to our students and schools. Our shortlisting judges, Tony Heaton, artist and chair of Shape Arts, Amber Akanu, founder and artist and founder of Rooted, Sandra Penketh from National Museums Liverpool, Matthew Pateman of Edge Hill University, Louise Hesketh of Curious Minds, and Kirsty Thomas of MakeBank. Our wonderful Edge Hill interns, Laura, Isabel and Nessa. Our team of fantastic volunteers, our guest judges, Duane Chong and Susan Coles, the Right Worshipful Deputy Lord Mayor, you're not the deputy, the Right Worshipful Lord Mayor, of Liverpool, Councillor Roy Gladden. I just demoted you there, sorry, Roy. And last but not least, the Dot Art Schools project manager, Carolyn Murray, who's not in the room to hear me say, only her hard work has made this possible. So thank you, Carolyn. So I'm almost done, don't worry. Yes. Two very special things to tell you before we go downstairs. So, Teachers Corner. Teachers, we want you to submit your work to our Teachers Corners exhibition. So this is a celebration of creativity that was extended to all of those working in education across the country during the COVID-19 pandemic. We wanted to demonstrate to students that art teachers are artists too, as well as highlight the importance of staying creative during difficult times. The response last year was fantastic, with almost 50 teachers submitting an amazing array of artwork. So this year you have until the 8th of August, so you've got a bit of the first bit of the summer holiday to do it as well, and the exhibition will open online in September. So if you'd like to find out more, just go to the news page of the Dot Art Schools website. And finally, I need to ask for your help. If you've been impressed by what you've seen today and the amazing artworks you'll view in the exhibition, I would love for you to consider becoming a Dot Art Schools hero. This is our new micro subscription program, which lets you support our vital work from just £5 a month. We are a very small, unfunded social enterprise which relies on the generosity of partners and supporters to deliver this program year on year. Please pick up a flyer on your way out or take a look on the Dot Art Schools website for more information. I'm going to stop now. It's now time to go and see the exhibition. You need to make your way down the stairs. But before you head to the exhibition, I'd like everyone to gather on the back stairs of the Liver building for a photo. We have a drone waiting to take a group photo of everyone standing on the big steps. So it's going to be very exciting. So I need you all to bear with us. So if you can head down the stairs or down the lifts and gather on the front steps on the riverside of the Liver building. Thank you so much for coming.